Hi everyone, good morning. So, ang topic natin for today is systematic theology. Another day, another devotion for today. So, pag sinabing systematic theology, napakabigat no, napakalalim. Medyo technical lang pakinggan pero magandang maunawaan natin because si Jesus mismo ay na-apply ito, yung systematic theology. Ano ba ibig sabihin nito? Systematic po ay may system, yung klase ng pag-aaral. Systematic theology is the careful study that asks what the whole Bible teaches us today. So, kapag meron kang nasa isip na isang katuruan, dapat sasalain mo yan ng buong Bible. Babasahin mo yung Genesis to Revelation. That is the systematic theology. Ang example, ang topic mo is about Jesus. Bago ka magkaroon ng tamang katuruan about Jesus Christ, you have to read Genesis and to Revelation kung ano yung tinuturo patungkol kay Jesus. And that is the simple example of systematic theology. Example, sino ba yung tao? From Genesis to Revelation, makasalanan ba tayo? From Genesis to Revelation. Ganun yung approach, yung process. So, kailangan talaga mabasa mo yung Biblia from Genesis to Revelation. Paano tayo dapat maligtas? Ayan yung may example. Paano tayo maligtas from Genesis to Revelation? Ayan sa Bible. So, yung systematic theology is usually nag-aaral niyan mga talagang nasa seminaryo. Matagal na pinag-aaralan yan. Example, yung banal na spirito, yung pinag-aaralan mo, uunawain mo yan from Genesis to Revelation. Ano yung sinasabi ng Bible patungkol sa Holy Spirit from Genesis to Revelation. At maraming pang ibang pwede patungkol sa mga example, mga angels, ganyan. So marami. Dapat ina-apply mo yung systematic theology. Meron naman pag-aaral tungkol sa mga anghel, yun yung mga angelology. Yan. So maraming pag-aaral. Si Jesus Christ, paano niya in-apply? Sa Luke chapter 24 verse 27 hanggang 40, after niyang mabuhay, after his death, burial, and resurrection, nabuhay siyang muli at kinausap niya yung mga disciple niya. In-explain niya. Sabi sa verse 27, and the beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he explained to them what was said in the old scriptures what concerning to himself. So, dito sa paraan ng pag-interpret ni Jesus Christ is dapat pag may mga concern ka, you have to consult from the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. So, dapat suriin. At ipinaliwanag na ating Panginoong Jesus lahat ng kasulatan. At sinabi niya sa kanila, ito ang aking mga salita. Salitang sinabi ko sa inyo nung ako'y kasama pa ninyo na kailangan matupad lahat ng mga bagay na nakasulat sa akin sa mga kautusan ni Moses, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Yan, kasama yung mga Psalm, Proverbs, yung buong Old Testament. So, basically, the scriptures, ang tanong is, sino si Jesus according to the scriptures? One, may teaching tayo, the Bible is meant to be understood as a whole. Kaya napaka-importante na binabasa natin yung Bible from the start to the end. Meron tayong understanding from Genesis to Revelation ng buong Bible. The Bible is meant to be understood as a whole. Hindi dapat nagbabasa ng bits and pieces lang. Now, pag bukas mong Bible, one verse only. You have to understand the whole stories of the Bible. The aim is to grow in the knowledge of God. Bakit natin babasahin yung Biblia? Yung aim natin is to grow in the knowledge of God. Mas maunawaan sino po si Lord. Yung Bible is a love letter of Jesus Christ sa atin na kapag meron kang concerns, you have to go back to the letter. Dapat basahin mo yung letter na yun para alamin mo kung ano yung tama at dapat. Worthy or worth it ba na entertain mo yung mga bagay-bagay? Example, pag meron nang nililigaw sa'yo, you have to know the persons and you base that on the letters. And that is the Bible. Gayon din sa ating Diyos. Ang Biblia ay pagpapakilala at pagpapahayag ng Diyos sa kanyang sarili, patungkol sa kanyang sarili na kanyang mga katangian kung sino siya. And that is the Bible. And tayo, we want to grow in knowledge of God because we want to have a better relationship with God. Ang gusto natin lumago sa ating relationship with God, gusto natin na mas mapalapit sa Diyos. That's why, napaka-importante, we have to read the Bible to grow in the knowledge of God and to grow in our relationship with God. The goal is to obey and glorify God. Why do we have to grow in the knowledge of God? Bakit gusto natin makalala si Lord? Ang goal natin is lumago tayo sa pagsunod sa Kanya in order to glorify Him, in order to live for His glory. Laging ina-emphasize na yung knowledge and obedience, hindi pinaghihiwala yun. Once you stuck on the knowledge, mauuwi ka lang sa theology without application. Theology without application is nothing. That's kind of faith without works, just like a dead. Kinakilala mo yung Diyos pero walang pagsunod. That is patay na pananampalataya, dahil ang buhay na pananampalataya ay may pagsunod. And the aim is to grow with the knowledge of God, and the goal is to obey and glorify God. Kailangan natin lumago sa pagsunod sa ating Diyos. That's why yung mga devotion natin may teaching, mayroong application. And ayon ito sa sinulat ni Apostol Pablo na we have to watch our life and doctrines closely. Meron tayong doktrina na ina-apply sa buhay natin. Nasa puso natin. We have to watch our life. We have to observe paano natin ma-apply yung doctrines na natutunan natin. Yung kung naipapamuhay ba natin yung pananampalataya natin. So, application natin is yung application natin, unang-una, is read all and not just bits and pieces of the Bible. Test your belief in light of the whole Bible. Know Jesus from Genesis to Revelation. Hope that you learned something. Thank you everyone and God bless.